Hello my little cat, I hope you're fine. Here's a new video, a new tutorial video in my tiny English for the new Tiny Tools update. Wunsch made an update on the Tiny Tools for HD stuff. So I will explain you the new features of the Tiny Tools. So there's 3 features. You can move a ribbon in the ear. Ooh. I will start a new one. Okay. You can move now a ribbon in the same controller. You can add a second controller and you can put different output for the same toys. For example, for the backboard HD panels. So you can use 1 panel per output and you can use 4 output. It will make your cabinet file easily. So first of all, we start with a new cabinet. And let's start. So we are, all the tools. I will not explain the COM port, all the features. I will not explain that. I will only explain the new features. For the old features, you can check my old videos or Major French's video or any other video. Right. So I had a new addressable toy. For example, 144. It's a side. Duff output 1. New addressable toy. So if we want to move it to another output, it's on output 1, you just have to drag and drop it. You keep it, you drag and drop it, it's on the second output. Third output, you can make a new toys and move them easily. Well, it's easier than before. The first thing. Okay, check. Right. Let's go to the next features. So let's restart a new cabinet. So now we are gonna put 4 HD panel for 32 and 16 8 LED. So it's 512 LED total per panel, and we're gonna put 1 panel here. So we add a new adjustable toy, right, with 2 16 the first of outputs, and we're gonna name it backboard, and we're gonna copy that, because if we use 4 outputs for the same toys, all outputs need to have the same name. So backboard or anything else, you choose your name, but backboard, it's just simple as fuck. So here's my first panel. It's not left, right, top, down. It's top, down, alternate, left, right. You can put 40 here. 100% is a bit hard. You're gonna be blind with some, but it's just an example. So my first panel, 32. I speak in French, I'm crazy. 32 and 16. Then you make on output you made an output 2. Ah, shit. Another one. 32, 16. Same DOF outputs. Up, top, down, alternate, left, right, the same thing. And here the same name. Okay. As you can see, we have a red cross, a white cross on red ground. But it's because there is an error. When you put your mouse on it, you will have a tooltip who explains the error. You can see the tooltip actually because of OBS. But when you configure your cabinet file, you will have a tooltip with error. So it just told me that another let's strip has the same name, and we did not configure the split thing. So it will disappear at the end. I do a new addressable toy 32 16 1 top, down, left, right, up, same name. And the fourth, tack, up, top, down, alternate, left, right. Okay, so actually we have our 512 LEDs panel configured. Oh, shit. And now we're gonna do the tricks for the only one output. So you have a new line named split, When you have a toy with only one output, you have to leave it on 1. It's just one output. But for our case, we're gonna put 1 on the first toys, for the first output, then 2 on the second, then 3 on the third, and 4 on the fourth. And I lost all my cross, my back crosses. So actually, we have one left strip, one panel on output 1, and some split 2, split 3, split 4. So the 4 panels are the same toys. Okay? We're gonna check with exporting to cabinets. So I export and I... Okay. Let's see the cabinet files here. Bim. So you can check the name of the control, the pinball of Devat Kills. The Teensy is a Teensy, so it's Teensy strip controller. The name of the controller is Bugnish, because all praise the mighty Bugnish. And you have your 4 outputs with 512 on the first output, second, third and fourth outputs. COM1, tout ça, you know, I'm not here to explain how to put the right port COM, so that's the problem. And then in toy and LED strip, you only have 1 toys named backboard with 128 LED width and 16.8. Top down alternate left right RGB. The first LED number is 1 and it's 100 brightness, you know, and it's on the Bugnish controller and it's on the the first DOF output. Okay, you know, it's very easy. You just have to understand the split thing and put the same name and LED arrangement and DOF output port on the 4 piece of the 4 panels. Okay, and now the last thing, you can now add another controller easily. If you want to use 2 Teensy or 2 Wemos or 1 Teensy and 1 Wemos, if you don't have enough output, because it's better to use 1 input for 1 panel. For 512 LED, it's better to have only 1 output for that. You can put on the paper 2 panels on 1 output, but it will not be smooth. So it's better to have 1 panel on 1 output. But you can make some tests. If it's okay in your configuration, it's okay, but usually that's it. Now we want to add another controller. So actually we have a Bugnish Teensy first controller. We're gonna let's add a Wemos, for example. So left right click on the name of the cabinet, add new controller, and you have another controller here. You know, the first one, the Bugnish one, and another with no name. We click on it. We want Wemos, so we choose Wemos, and we have to name it. We're gonna name it Ludovic Denis, the big French Monton Cab administrator with his huge dick. He has a huge dick, but don't tell anything about that. And so we're gonna Ludovic Denis. We're gonna call it Ludovic Denis. You can put any name you want. It just have to be different from the first controller. They just have to have a separate name. Now I've put Ludovic Denis up, it's okay, and I still have a cross. It's because look, the 2 controllers have the same COM port, so we have to change it. Maybe let's try with COM2. Okay, so my first controller is COM1 and the second controller is COM2, and here we're gonna add, for example, one side, tac, not split, LED, on s'en fout, don't care, side left, up, and another one, side right, up, side right, and we have to change the DOF output, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing before continuing, you have to go to the DOF config tool website. You go to your account, and on number of WS 1811, as we say in French with our lovely accent, you have to put 2 boards, not 1 but 2. Okay, you save settings, then you go to port assignment, and now you will have direct output config ini 30 and 31. So the first page is for the first controller, the Bugnish one, the Tinsy, the first ear, and the second is for being the second one controller. And as you can see, you have port 1 on first controller and port 1 on second controller, port 1 on first controller and port 1 on second controller. Careful of that. So actually I have my first controller with Tinsy with my backboard on it direct output port 1, so it's okay for the 4 panel, and I'm going on a second controller with the first output port for the first toy and the 4th output for the second toy on the second controller. Okay, and then just export it to cabinet. Up, bim bam boom. Let's check that cabinet. Now we have the ping ball of death that kills, the first controller with the TNC named Bugnish, the 4 panel on the 4 first outputs on COM1, and then we have a second controller named Wemos, because it's a Wemos, but it can be named Tinsy. It's a Tinsy. His name is Ludovic Denis. Great Ludovic Denis. I love you, Ludovic. And you have you two ribbon. Output 1, output 2, COM2. And now the toy stuff. You have a backboard of that size on up. You have a second toy side left and a third toy side right. Then you have your first toy is on Bugnish controller. Here's the first toy, it's on Bugnish controller. My second toy is on the Ludovic Denis controller, and the third one also on the Ludovic Denis one. Okay, the configuration is here. You put your right controller name, then with equivalent, you have the backboard on the first output, the side left on the first output, not the same controller but the same output, and the side right on the 4th output. Okay, then after you just have to save config, generate config, download configuration. You will have not only direct output config ini 30 but 30 and 31. You will have 2 or 4 files, and you put them in a direct output config folder. And now you can use 2 controllers on the same virtual pinball cab. I hope it's clear enough for you, because sometimes it's not clear in my mind as I'm French, and I hope you understand everything. The new Tiny Tools will be available when you see that video. You will have a pop-up launching Tiny Tools saying, "Hey, there's an update, download me." That's right. So thanks for watching. Have a good time and keep fun. See you.